After 5 years, Phineas and Ferb is back in the form of a new movie on Disney Plus called Candace Against the Universe. And what a welcome return it is. Even if you haven't seen a single episode of the show, you can still follow it pretty well because it does explain a lot of the story of the show and the rules of the show and how things work, though it definitely means a lot more if you are familiar with it. All the trademark humor is just as smart and witty as the show. However, the plot is thin. It just feels like a much longer version of the episode where Candace becomes Queen of Mars, and the character of Vanessa was used only so they'd have a reason for Dr. Doofenshmirtz to be a main character. Now, while he does work very well and has a great humorous dynamic with the child characters, I feel the writers could have made the reason for him being with the characters could have been a lot better. Though there is a really funny song about how he thinks that just because he's an adult, he's smarter than the children, even though he's an idiot. That was probably the best song in the entire movie. But it feels more like the writers made jokes first, and then wrote the scenes of the plot around the jokes. If they went, okay, we need to include this joke, so we need to write a scene just so we can get to this joke. Because, there are a lot of jokes, they are very quick, but the story just is not that interesting, because it just feels like an extended episode. It feels more like focused on the humor rather than the plot, which is a shame, because Phineas and Ferb has had some really creative plots during the course of the show. This one just feels kind of lazy, and they already did this episode anyway. It just feels like a longer version of that episode. It is entertaining, it is a fun way to spend time, but I prefer the Phineas and Ferb Second Dimension movie because that plot was a lot more intriguing, and I feel the writing for that one was a lot stronger. So, overall, I give this movie a B, an 8.5 out of 10, and a 3.5 out of 5 stars.